Let's start with the recall then, just to get a bit more detail in terms of what's being set aside in terms of cash to account for some of this, for the recall and, of course, those potential legal suits that you're facing. So a billion that's been set aside for the recall, about $500 million for economic loss lawsuits. What is the total amount you're expecting to have to put aside for the litigation and the recall?
Yeah, thank you for having me in the show. And maybe let's reflect a bit about, we are now 1 year into the plan that I announced in January. And when we announced the plan, we said we would do low single-digit growth, we would improve our profitability to high single digits, and we would do 700 to 900 million of cash generation. We actually closed the year now with 7% growth, with 10.5% EBITDA, step over 300 basis points, and a cash generation free cash flow of 1.6 billion. So operationally, we have made a lot of progress and actually did beat our plan as we laid out for the first year. That gives a lot of confidence for the second year. I also said as part of that plan that patient safety and quality is our first priority. And therefore, indeed, we announced today, and I think it's an important announcement, that we have agreement and we actually agreed to the terms that the FDA proposed. And actually, that's really important because it provides clarity, it provides a roadmap to compliance, and also to restore the business. With that, we take another important step to actually bring totality of Philips back to where it should be in terms of performance. And also on the back of that guidance, we reiterated that actually our plan that we presented in January, we stick to that commitment now, including the consent decree. And we will continue to grow in 2024, 3 to 5%, further step our profitability to 11 to 11.5%, and have another year of strong cash generation with 800 to 1 billion. And that then includes some of the charges that will come in, indeed, as part of the economic loss provisioning that we had.
OK, so some of that clarity has come through, some of that transparency for investors, but I will need to push you a little bit more in terms of the costs that you're having to set aside for these recalls and for the potential litigation. What is the total amount you're potentially looking at?
So I think what is important is that, as you saw in the numbers of the fourth quarter, we took a provision of 363 million related to the consent decree. That actually gives clarity on what was needed for 2023. We also said that this will have an impact of 100 basis points for 2024, but actually that is included in the total company guidance of 3 to 5% sales growth, the EBITDA improvement to 11 or 11.5% as the bracket, and the cash generation that we forecasted. So it is 100 basis points, which is substantial, but actually is taken into the guidance. And actually that is also taken into the 3-year plan guidance for 2023 to 2025, where actually this is now in. Now, what is not in, and that's also something you alluded to, are two pieces. One is litigation, where we said earlier that we are working through getting further insights, and we hope hopefully later in 2024 to get more insight into the cases and to provide that. Secondly, it's the DOJ investigation that's also undergoing, of course, under full control of the American authorities. And we said that that would not become clear before 2025.
OK, so we will have to wait till 2025 to get a little bit more clarity on that front. When it comes to that agreement, then, the decree with the FDA in the US, how long do you think it will take for you to meet the relevant requirements of that consent decree?
So as I said before, there's timing of a consent decree which normally spans between 5 to 7 years on a totality. But actually what is important for us is this provides a roadmap for us to comply. And the moment we comply earlier, also you will see that we could come back earlier into full business in the US. I think it's also important to clarify that we continue to remain servicing our sleep and respiratory care patients in the US with patient interfaces, with services. And outside of the US, we're fully back, where we are also providing respiratory care and sleep devices, new ones, as well as all the accessories that go with it. And I think the other bigger piece for us is that the totality of Philips has now the clarity, because yes, SRC is really important. We will be focused on complying and restoring the business, but we need to get the 80 billion really back into full performance gear. And therefore, the 7% growth last year, the 3 to 5% next year will be important to achieve, because then we can deal with any consequences of sleep and respiratory care. And most importantly, we can support the healthcare sector with the solutions that we have.
Specifically, how much will you be putting aside for personal injury claims?
So as I mentioned, the litigation is something we are working through. We are getting further insights into that. We have not provided for any number because we don't have that clarity. Firstly, it has to be seen if there needs to be something to be provided, and then if there's something to be provided, what is it based on? So that's something that is in process. But what we were very much focusing on, and therefore I was very happy to see that actually we got to this 1.6 billion of cash generation in 2023. Because we got it 700 to 900 million, 1.6 billion was what we generated. And that also provides a very strong future and a base for the future of Philips, because that cash generation that we need to get back based upon strong operational performance, but also our cash actions, is really something that we take as a very strong underpinning of the further delivery of the plan. And we will say razor focus on that for the coming years to that we are executing the plan. And that gives a very strong underpinning.
And Roy, of course, you're also having to deal with the legacy of another quality issue around this degrading foam around one of your products. Do you have a projection in terms of the latency period for cancers linked to that degrading foam? Because, of course, that will give investors clarity in terms of how much the time frame that they're looking at for potential legal recourse.
So we have done extensive testing, and that testing showed actually that based upon the uses of our devices, we don't see any appreciable harm done. So actually that is the evidence that we have gathered, and we are further strengthening that evidence. But I think it's as important that we look to all the segments that we have been performing in. We were growing in diagnosis and treatment. We were growing in connected care. We were growing in the personal health business in 2023. And we are growing across the world. So we have growth out of China, growth out of Europe, and growth out of Americas. And despite that, there is a volatile economic environment that we operate in. And of course, we need to become very agile to address that. And that's why we addressed and changed our operating model and got to 1 billion of productivity savings in 2023 as a result of that. That is also very important actually to ensure that we can continue to deliver on the plan that we have set out. And we are very confident that we will continue to do so.
And Roy, you've talked in the past about your confidence longer term in the Chinese market. Right now, the here and now, the Chinese market and the challenges facing that economy, how much of a drag is that proving on the business? What are you seeing from the China part of the business?
We have been 100 years in China. We are committed to China. We believe it's an important part also of our future. I think it's fair to say that China currently in its state, of course, has challenges to work through. We see that from an economic growth model. We also see that there are specific measures being taken in the healthcare sector where they're working on anti-corruption. We actually believe that these measures will long-term be beneficial for us and will strengthen our positioning, because actually we are doing business in a compliant way and gives us opportunity to get more and better orders out of China. The consumer sentiment is strengthening a bit. We saw it in 2023 in due course strengthening. We expect it in 2024 also to strengthen. But China is not yet at its full power. And therefore, actually, we need to continue to draw also significant growth out of the other parts of the world. We have great opportunities in Saudi. We are working currently in Arab Health. There's a big show. We are showcasing all our innovations to kind of get the maximum potential of the Middle East. We have Asia and Indonesia and Japan as strong contributors. And of course, North America, because that is the strongest market as we speak currently in the world. It's further strengthening. And that's also where we believe we need to kind of get our fair share of contribution. And we are very strong positioned there.